Vaclav Havel, President of the Czech Republic, is not a messianic political leader for the Czechs who were driven out of their homeland by the Nazis and communists. These exiles do not identify with his moral and political profile. In fact, these participants in the Second National Resistance against Nazism, the Third National Resistance against Communism, and the Fourth National Resistance against the fraudulent Velvet Revolution, will not return to live in their country. Havel's regime in Czechoslovakia, made up of communists, ex-communists, and the fellow travelers, has not created an environmental exiles can trust. Following are some facts that justify this distrust. Number 1. Havel's collaboration with the communists was such that unlike genuine opponents of the former regime, he was able to travel abroad between imprisonments. When Czechoslovakia was under merciless communist oppression, Havel even participated in a pro-communist demonstration while in New York. Number 2. Havel's ongoing association with communists allowed him material advantages, Western recognition, an opportunity to build a political organization, and a reputation as an anti-communist crusader. Number 3. Havel's alliance with communists in 1989 culminated in an agreement to start communist political reforms, to preserve communist interests, and to stage the communist Velvet Revolution in Prague. Later, he was the Communist Parliament and anonymously elected Havel president. Number 4. Havel's first ambassador to the United States was a fanatic Stalinist during Czechoslovakia's darkest days of communist tyranny, the 1940s, 50s, and 60s. Number 5. Havel's first Minister of Foreign Affairs was a dedicated communist during the Stalinist rule of Czechoslovakia, a Western-based correspondent who supplied communist media with propaganda material. As foreign minister, he publicly displayed his disdain for Czech and Slovak exiles. Number 6. Havel's first Minister of Finance, later Prime Minister, held the Communist Party-like line against exiles, compared them in a speech with Bolsheviks, and denied them the restitution for their confiscated property. Number 7. Havel's first parliament chairman, a Moscow-trained communist, and subsequently General Secretary of the Czechoslovak Communist Party, after the Soviet invasion, was active in the communist diplomatic service abroad, and returned to communist-dominated Czechoslovakia to continue his lifelong service in the party. After the Velvet Revolution, he became head of the committee for the new Czechoslovak constitution that never materialized. Number 8. Havel's ambassador to Canada, a stalwart communist, was a member of the Central Committee of the Slovak Communist Party. Number 9. Havel's consistent protection of his communist cronies has kept them immune from indictment and punishment for even the worst atrocities that were committed. It was made it possible for them to launder funds stolen under the old regime, This has enabled communists to become legal owners of new privatized enterprises. Number 10. Havel's insistence that all Czech people share a collective guilt for the communist rule has in effect absolved the communists of any responsibility for their crimes. It also has aroused political skepticism in the population devastated by a half-century of Nazi and communist occupation. Number 11. Havel's reliance on all domestic structures and foreign secret societies, his avoidance of popular presidential election and of personal contacts with anti-totalitarian national forces abroad, his inability to prevent the breakup of his constituency into more than 60 confusing political parties has caused the ultimate disintegration of Czech Republic. Number 12. Havel's reluctance to identify himself with a 1,000-year-old Czech spiritual heritage has isolated him from the anti-communist national core. These are reasons why the great majority of Czechs in exile find Havel's character lacking and his incompetence intolerable, and believe he has proven himself unworthy to lead a free Czech Republic. And this was by Prof.